Welcome back to my views and news. Some news stories for you. First one is about emergency meeting of the Holy Synod. Orthodox Church Synod held a meeting yesterday. Emergency meeting. It was attended by archbishops and two announcements have been made by the church. The announcements are about the ongoing division in the church. Secondly, viewers, Antony Blinken, U.S. Secretary of State, was in Ethiopia yesterday. Now, U.S. State Department has announced financial aid for Ethiopia. How much has been announced? Will it be given directly to Ethiopian government? Is this what Ethiopia was hoping to get? And thirdly, viewers, a newly formed political party which wants to work in Tigray held its first meeting yesterday. I shared with you a few days ago when the party was formed. What is this party's real agenda? Firstly, viewers, Orthodox Church of Ethiopia held an emergency meeting. Holy Synod members participated. The three archbishops participated too, I think. Abune Severos, Abune Evastatios, Abune Zinamorkos. The three archbishops who made some appointments, who appointed 26 bishops to different dioceses, especially to Oromia, and it led to start of a conflict within the church. The three archbishops were removed, their titles were revoked, titles of appointee bishops were revoked too. Later, an agreement was reached. The three archbishops were reinstated. The meeting mainly focused on the activities of appointee bishops who are still in control of diocese in Oromia. Despite Orthodox Church's call, they are not surrendering the control of the properties of the church they have in Oromia. And we know that the church elders have held some meetings with the regional president, Shimalis Abdisa too. And church filed a case against this group with federal high court. Case is pending. A prohibition order was issued a few days ago. Splinter appointee faction is not allowed to take over more churches, but they're in control of already taken churches. Now, the church, after yesterday's meeting, issued a statement giving an ultimatum of 5 days to the appointee bishops, that in 5 days, the appointee bishops must apologize to the church and withdraw from the churches which they are in control of in Oromia. Firstly. Secondly, salaries of the three archbishops have been restored. Abune Zinamorkos, Abune Evastatios, Abune Severos. When their titles were revoked, obviously their salaries were stopped too, their residencies were sealed. When they reached an agreement, their residencies were given back, and now their salaries have been reinstated. The three archbishops, Holy Synod claims, the three archbishops showed regret at the activities of appointee bishops. It means, according to the Synod, the three archbishops are distancing themselves from the activities of the appointee bishops, 25. Let's see what happens after 5 days. This conflict is not over. Now, the Holy Synod will convene its meeting after 2 weeks. Then final decision will be made. Court has not made a final decision so far. case with court is pending. Church, by the way, did not use any strong language against Shimalis Abdisa Oromia President or PM Abiy in this statement. Church wants to resolve this issue with the appointee bishops, but we'll have to see which method will church adopt. It has already filed a lawsuit. It gave a call for protests, countrywide protests a few days ago. Later, it struck a deal with the government. Now, which other means does church have at its disposal? That we'll see in coming days. Secondly, viewers, Antony Blinken, US Secretary of State, was in Ethiopia yesterday. He held some top-level meetings. He met with TPLF leaders too, reportedly. He met with the Prime Minister Abiy. He met with Demek Mekonnen, Deputy President, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Ethiopia. Though he was received coldly in Ethiopia. I did a very detailed video on his visit last night. After his visit, US State Department has announced financial aid for Ethiopia. In a statement, State Department said that 331 million US dollars will be given in humanitarian assistance to Ethiopia. Is it direct financial aid to Ethiopian government? No. As I've been saying, that Ethiopian government is in dire need of direct financial aid, direct budgetary support, or some sort of loan rescheduling or loans or grants. This is humanitarian aid. This money, 331 million US dollar, will be spent through US State Department and US aid. It will be spent on conflict and drought hit areas, on the people in these areas. So it means that this aid will not help Ethiopian government to come out of the crisis, economic crisis, which the government is facing. So far, Ethiopia has got nothing from Blinken's visit. But let's see, will there be some announcement in coming days? That remains to be seen. Lastly, viewers, a new political party has been formed which wants to work in Tigray. The party held its first meeting yesterday. What is this party's real agenda? No one knows. The party's name is 70 Anderta Renaissance. This party held a meeting yesterday at Vassamar Hotel in Addis Ababa. If the party wants to be, if it wants to work in Tigray, why is it holding meetings in Addis Ababa? Has it applied for any permission to organize a political gathering in Mekelle, Tigray's capital? And why is this party named 70 Anderta Renaissance? Does it want to create divisions in Tigray between Anderta, 70 Anderta and other zones? What is the real agenda? So far, the party is not registered. The party will have to show a specific number of members. Then it can apply for registration, I think. That is what Ethiopian law is. So, National Election Board of Ethiopia, the party will apply to National Election Board of Ethiopia. Then it will be registered. And after that, it will be entitled to participate in regional elections. But we are seeing that in Tigray, opposition parties are complaining that their due political space is being denied. They are not part of interim government making process. They have boycotted interim government making process. They are accusing TPLF of taking solo flight. And that is why we're seeing problems that the meeting between TPLF and PM Abiy completely failed. The meeting was about the formation of interim government. The formula proposed by TPLF was outrightly rejected by PM Abiy's government. Why? Because TPLF wants a lion's share in the interim setup, which is not understandable. It does not happen. Opposition parties are being sidelined. At least three opposition parties together and TPLF should have equal share. But what we saw is that TPLF wanted to have 50% share, and three opposition parties were given around 19% share. This is not understandable. So TPLF will have to make some adjustments. Otherwise, you'll keep on seeing more parties. You'll keep on seeing more factions. And within TPLF, there could be factions too. Let's see what this party does. Will it be able to get the required number of members to apply for registration? And other parties like Aregawi's party, will they be allowed to contest regional election if election is held in Tigray? Several questions. All these parties in Addis Ababa are allowed to work in Addis Ababa. Government media shows their leaders. Aregawi Birhe is shown frequently by Ethiopian state media. This party is allowed to hold meeting as well at Samar Hotel, though Balderas was denied to hold General Assembly. Inath was not allowed to hold General Assembly in Addis Ababa. Why? Because Balderas, Inath are critical of the government, Addis Ababa government, federal government. This party is a new party which wants to have a foothold in Tigray. Party is backed by Addis Ababa federal government, it seems. Thank you for watching.